Representative Gloria Mendoza and Deb Najarian.
I'll come up. Deb is running a little late, but she'll be joining us. So mayor, council, and staff, yes.
Please turn down my phone.
All right. There you go. For the record, I'm Gloria Mendoza, state representative in the 14th Legislative District. And so I'm going to just share a little, I've met most of you, but I'll share a little bit of my background. I live in Grandview, grew up in Grandview. I come from a family of 10. My parents raised us on a farm worker budget. I think most of the people that live in this area have either picked apples or cut asparagus. Well, back then it was allowed for you to take your kids. I'm going to step back a little bit, maybe that will help. So anything that you cut and pick, I did it. By the age of 13, I was a full-time farm worker. And so I share that because I really think that it has made me really appreciate what we have been able to accomplish here in our city. So I'm now raising 3 kids in the city of Grandview. I grew up in Grandview, graduated there. I have 3 kids. My daughter graduates this year. She's my oldest, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I have 2 boys, so I still have a little while to go before all my kids are done with school. Also, just I started a business. I actually started in a nonprofit organization. I worked there 8 years for Inspire and started as a receptionist, worked my way up, and that's where I learned that there was a need for CDL training. I was responsible for helping farm workers get out of farm work. And so I decided in 1999 to start GMC Training Institute. So it's in the city of Grandview, and that's how I got involved in all this. I was invited many times to run for city council. I'll be honest, I don't come from a family that even knows what city council was. So it took me a little while to figure it out. The first time I turned it down, I actually accepted it, but you have to have a 2-year residency. I had moved to Sunnyside. When I moved back, I felt just because I respected Amelia Garza, who was a council member, invited me to run, and I'm glad that I wasn't able to at the time because I had just started the business. I felt that it just wasn't the time. Well, many years down the road, I was invited to run again by another council member that served for 18 years. And so I finally said, you know what, I think it's my time to serve. I served as a council member for 3 years, and then our mayor announced that he was going to run for county commissioner in Warren Childress. So I was fortunate that the city council nominated me to be the mayor for that year that he left. Then I had to run for election. But I served for a total of 8 years. And let me tell you, it was something that, started off as challenging, but we all as a council came together. And I really think that what made, if you drive to Grandview now, you will see a lot of new business. Once we started working as a team, we built that momentum, and the city just took off. So I just want to congratulate, all of you. I really, I keep up with what's going on in Mapton, and I see that you all care. You care to do good things for the people that live here. I've met with, the mayor, and I'm looking forward, to just continuing to work with you. But the chief, as well, we've been in constant communication. And so we're excited that, that we've been able to build a good relationship with a lot of our cities. I'll be honest, my heart is with the small cities. Grandview is a small town, and I often I felt like our city was forgotten, by a lot of the legislators. Of course, once I became mayor, then, I started looking at it from a different, perspective. And so I really think that that has helped, for me, going to Olympia. One of the first things that I did is I said, let me reach out to the cities and say, hey, put together an application. Even just that, your legislators reaching out to you is so important because a lot of times mayors, there's so much change. You got one new mayor or a mayor and then you get new elected officials. And so our goal is to continue to reach out and say, so today I'm gonna say, start thinking about projects. So our capital budget, I'll let Representative Majerus also talk about that, but one of the budgets that really has allowed us to work with cities is our capital budget. We each get a certain amount of funding to bring back to district. Well, we reached out to every single city our first year, and I said, submit, 2 or 3 projects, because we never know, what projects are going to be priority, because every committee, so there's a capital budget committee, they have their priorities. And so we wanted to make sure that we send different, different projects, that way they can have, projects to choose from. So today, we've been able to bring back $83 million to our cities. And, in District 14, that includes, of course, this year with Mapton, being on the list with the police station. But we've been able to help small cities like Findlay that, has never, they said we just, have never had anyone come out and visit us. So we have made it a point to go and visit directly and talk to every council member and mayor and just say, hey, start thinking ahead. So that when we go back in December, you already have some projects lined up. As you, some of you may know, the application is not a, very, very complicated application. My office will work with you, so my legislative assistant will work with you so that we submit it right. I think that probably the most difficult part is for you to begin to assess or evaluate, evaluate what projects are a priority. So Findlay, for example, when we went to visit Findlay, the superintendent, it was one of the schools, he went on and on about how, he just had not received, support. So I said, start thinking about a project. He said, you know what, our HVAC has been just, in bad shape for years. He said the school gets really hot in the summer. Kids are, playing outside. They come in and our building is hot. So I told him, well, do a budget. Let me know how much you think it's going to cost. So when I get his budget, it was 1.5 million. Well, we were told, do not submit any projects, from the, budget committees, because there was no funding. And so Deb and I decided we're going to send projects. I mean, let them say no, because we are not going to, say no to cities. Cities have been, been told not to submit projects for years. So I figured, let's, send us what you have. Finley sent it in and I said, I'm gonna advocate for it. So when we met with the capital budget funding, we took all our projects that we wanted funded. Deb took some in. I, had separate, projects, and then our senator had other, projects. So what we did is we sent them all in. And I have to tell you that we brought back on a supplemental year, which I hear is unheard of, $13.3 million to our district. And a lot of that is in, of course, Mapton, Granger, Toppenish, and all the way, we go all the way up to Klickitat, from Klickitat to Franklin County. So it touches a part of Pasco. So it was, when the superintendent, saw his name on the list, he said, my jaw just about dropped in Finley. He said, I was not expecting that they would fund the whole thing. I said, I wasn't expecting that they would fund the whole thing. So it's great to hear, from, small communities that they feel like they're supported. That's what we're there for. So today, I just wanted to, we wanted to just come out and just say that we're here. We want you to start thinking about, projects. I know the mayor, Deb and I already met with the chief as well. And, we want to begin, to just improve, some of the buildings. With capital, budget funding, Deb's trying to con me. I've seen her go around the room. So. Hey, Deb, you're right on time. Come on in.
Sorry for being late.
So we just, today wanted to, to come and just share, how things went, in Olympia, but also for you to start thinking about possible projects in the future. And to also just, share some of the success stories that we had. I know that, with Mapton, we wanted to be able to do more. And, hopefully next year, because the first year, we were contacting, offices, and it was hard for us to be able to, just get an application. We submitted a Mapton application ourselves, just because we wanted to get something, submitted, and we were able to get a water project funded. How much was it the first year?
Yeah,
It
you guys
was
used it for
a
some
little-
replacement pipes. I've never.
Yeah,
remembered the
so
first
it
year.
was, but we got funding the first year, and we got some funding last year. But, what we'll do is I'll allow, Representative, Mongeris to introduce herself, since, I've been talking for a little bit. I'll let you introduce
So
yourself.
I'm Deb Jairus. I've met many of you. We were here before, a year or two ago. And so I'm right down the road at Wapato, although I did miss, the time it was gonna take to get here. And so my background, I'm a CPA. That's what I've done for 40 years, married for 40 years, have 2 daughters and 4 grandkids. And so, yeah, we're just a resource. We're a resource for the cities that we kind of think the ones in Eastern Washington have, they're sort of been neglected. And so we don't want that to happen anymore. And so talking about the projects, so we're able to get you the police station, which needs more, but really your water project. I think the state needs to be involved in that and fund that, whatever that answer, whatever the solution is. Your engineers, your public works people, I mean, does it need a new well? Do we need reverse osmosis on the heads of the wells? Now, what new pipes, what do we need? It's like, it's been hearing it for a while, it's like, it is solvable, just what is it? So in an initial year, we brought back, 68 million of capital projects to the 14th district. So it can fund some pretty big projects. I mean, we got about 800,000 for Sunnyside for a new well. So yeah, I think Mapton's water problems can be solved. We just gotta know what it is and then make that request.
Yeah, we have to come together and get that done. I think that, we've been hearing it for years, and there's no reason why, the state cannot, come together and solve that. So we're committed, our Senator, Curtis King is committed. We just, we need to come together we're an extension of your city. And just, say this is what we need. Someone has to do the research, and that's why it's important for you to involve your engineer and just let us know what it's gonna take. We will advocate in Olympia.
We'll do that for you.
And we will, talk to whoever we need to talk to so that they can figure out where the money's gonna come from, but it needs to be solved. And so, I have passed out just, for your information, this is our last, session report. And the reason I brought it is also because it has our contact information. And it'll tell you what went on in Olympia. It tells you a little bit about the bills that, Representative Mangeris and I passed. And also that's something that we're now, sharing with cities is, we'd like to hear from you, what is causing, difficulty for you to be able to just function as a city council. And, if there's any laws in the books that you just see that, are not working, for you to let us know. And we will begin to say, hey, this is hurting our, small cities. And just yesterday, we were in Granger and that came up and they said, there are just some things that, like paying for.
The cost of the audit. I don't know what yours, do you remember what the cost of your last audit with the state? You have to have one. Well, what was the
Yeah.
cost?
No,
They bill you based on time of, perhaps
yeah,
cities of certain, size, gross revenues, or of a population, maybe they need to be capped as something else, you know what I mean? They want that auditor's office to be self-sustaining. Well, that can't always happen. That is required. So, I mean, Granger's was $45,000. So, that's a lot. So those are the kind of ideas,
yep.
if you could change this would help us. If you could change this would help.
And it doesn't, we can't, we can't do anything if we don't try, so our, thought is, let's try. So I guess we'll open it up for questions. Did you have?
No, thank you very much. Right now that you brought up the audits, is that for a basic audit? Or is that for music audit?
No, you guys have to have
Department.
yeah, in this state, the state auditor's office audits all the cities, schools and counties. And usually it's not really a forensic audit. It is a financial audit of your books to see that the grant revenue came in, is coded to the right place, that sort of thing.
Expenditures that they charge. Anytime an auditor from the state comes, they charge the cities. And it's,
And I don't know what
And
is it
it's
every
quite a
year? It might
Right.
be every year, or is it every two?
Every year.
My understanding was it was supposed to start this month.
oh yeah, we have an audit coming up. Oh,
And
okay.
it takes so many years back.
Yeah, no, it's, when we were in the city, there were some, there were some audits that were necessary. That you have, on a regular basis, and there was a huge cost that comes out.
So they have their marching orders on what to their standard audit, but if you have issues, usually they come and talk to all of the council members and ask, do you have any issues? Do you look for anything else? They ask you if there's an area you want them to investigate.
But
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're totally independent, yeah.
I would really like to know when that starts. That audit, when is it? I don't know when it's gonna be, but
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that you as a
Check
city,
into it.
you can all,
Huh?
yeah. It'll go through council,
There are people who.
yeah. It comes through your city,
okay,
so they will come out, and that's something that you will eventually all have to, deal with. So, yeah, it'll probably, it'll come to you. So we share that just because that was an idea that you get, cities get charged for, even though they're state agencies. So we want to make sure that's one idea, but I'm just saying there's other things that, that are maybe not working for small cities, and we need to hear about it because we could introduce, bills.
Legislation to check it changed.
Yeah. Any other questions?
because I am gonna be honest. This city, it needs audits. We gotta have audits, because right now, we're not sitting very good financially. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, it is what it is, and I would really like to find out what got us into this mess that we're in. And if we can hold people accountable for it, then I feel that that's what we have to do. Because there's no reason that we should be in the mess that we're in financially because of past administrations. Because to me, it seems like the buck's just been getting passed on from year in, year out, year in, year out. And nobody's really taking the time to look in to see what caused the problem so that we can resolve it and get back on track. And that's my issue. This is my first year as a council member. I was just elected, I just came into office in January. And those that has always been one of my main concerns, not only as a resident, but now as a council member. And I would really like to get to the bottom of this. I know it's gonna cost money, but I think it's affordable. For something this important, we gotta make it affordable.
You're right, and it's required by state law.
Yes.
That, you know, it's not even a third party independent CPA firm, it's our state auditor comes in. So, you know, I invite you to talk with them, they come in, they will be here on site, ask them those questions. You know, the financial statements, I mean, they're complicated sometimes even for a private sector, and then you get government financial statements. You know, you drill them down and say, explain this to me.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this? What is this? That sort of thing, because that's gonna get your answers.
And you know, something that I always tell city councils is you are all a team. You know, you all come in and every single one of you has a responsibility to make the city better. I know that when I went in as a council member, I finally just said, I want to volunteer for something. Put me to work, because I'm a council member. I came in to help make the city better. You know, volunteer to say, let me start somewhere. And a lot of it could just be going to the community, getting to know, you know, the groups that are out there, such as, you know, I don't know if you all have a business group or, you know, and just becoming a friend of the community. That's the best approach, because councils that have struggled, it's usually because there's division in the council. And
Yeah.
so the best thing a city council can do is become friendly with each other, professionals, let's work together. And I share this because I was talking to another mayor. When I became mayor, I would talk about, you know, teamwork. And I came in just so excited to make change in the city. And I started doing presentations and saying, we are a team, we can turn the city around. And I would have stare blanks from all council members, like, what is this girl talking about? We can't stand to sit with one another sometimes, you know, through a whole meeting. And so after it slowly, I thought, you know, they weren't listening, but let me tell you, after a while, I went like, let's have coffee together. I would invite them, even if they said, well, you know, I'm too busy. I would go back and say, let's have coffee. Because we can't fix anything if we don't start working together. It's just like us. That's why we're here, because we can't help you if we don't get to hear your needs and if we don't become a part of your team. I live up the street, so I don't ever want to run into any one of you and say, that representative never came around, never did anything. I want to be able to go home once all this is over and say, you know what, we did good. We at least gave it our best shot. And so that's something that I would tell every one of you, come with that idea that how can you work with your mayor? Because it's possible, but it has to be, everyone has to put effort into it. I mean, you have a great team. You have a wonderful mayor. We met with her and she wants to see the city succeed. I mean, just working to get elected is tough. You all have had to do it. And then you got a chief of police and police officers. We met with them as well. They love the city. They want the city to be successful. So it's you're on the right track. I mean, I can tell you, and hearing, council member Olivares saying, I want to see this,
I want answers.
Yeah, I want
I'm
answers.
really comfortable with what it is.
And I want to see the city, succeed. It's possible. I think you're all on the right track. And we're going to, figure out this whole water issue. We're not experts, but we were sent over there to, find the people that are experts in that financial. Because everything takes time to solve. Any other questions?
I just want to say thank you very much for you guys reaching out to us. I feel like we're being noticed now, and people are willing to help us out. And that's something that I haven't seen here in years. I don't ever recall representative or legislator or anybody ever coming to Mapleton's council meetings and to say, hey, I'm here for you guys. I don't know if that's ever happened. I don't remember it ever happening. I think this is the first time for me, you know, and I appreciate it very much. And you guys to be able to take time out of your own lives just to come over here to let us know that there is help available. And we'll figure it out. We will get something going. Thank you very much for your help. Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Of course, thank you all. We're going to get out of your way and let you guys go about your business. So reach out if you guys have any questions, okay? Our office will be contacting you.
Every day.
Oh, yeah. No, that's okay. Did you get one there?
I did it.
Oh, okay, good. Boy.
Cause it gives you on one side a sample of those capital projects that
I need you something.
So, yeah, you can pass it out to people.
Oh, yeah, I will.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you guys again, sorry for being.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you.
Say hi to the.
Hello, how are you? Say hello to Chief for us.
Sure will.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are going to move on to, item B, which is discussion and review of City of Grafton's master fee schedule. And that's, I sent, an email, no, it was in the packet. Just kind of, you know, reminding you, or just to ask, like, if we could, if you guys had any, like, suggestions on prices, and make sure that we're reviewing our packets so that way we can get this. Yes.
Yeah, I remember talking to you the other day and even though I don't have the one that people gave us last time, I can read.
Mhm.
I kind of like most of those ideas.
Okay.
Oh, you got it. Thank you. Only going $50 and most of that for the cemetery. Okay with the amount that you guys brought up about cemetery fees, except for the one where it said, the grave marker, $50 already. You shouldn't have to go up to the center. I don't know what it looks like, but I talked to a resident and they said it was they got a piece of paper.
You don't get charged for the piece of paper.
Oh,
It's the cement one.
what was it that like?
Yeah, the top one that's like.
This
Is what
is
they're
the
getting
temporary
charged for.
one, the temporary one, yeah.
But if they choose to not get if they choose to not have the one that's
The
the concrete one,
They get a
it's,
paper.
they get a paper, but they don't get charged for that.
The city would pay for those signals.
Is it in your packet?
So we want one or not. No, I'm talking about paying for fee. When I paid for it, they didn't ask me, they didn't give me the option. If I wanted that marker, which I'm not. Or not, so that might be a question we wanna make sure that the people get asked, because maybe that $75 is not enough. Really? Okay, but
You know, as far as that marker goes, all it is a little square thing like this. That's all it is. Nothing to it. $75 to me sounds like a lot, just for a little square thing like this, with a piece of paper on there, date of birth and date of death. That's all.
That's not.
It's just, in the cement stuff.
No, mine's just
It's just a piece of paper.
Yeah. inside of a little green thing like this.
So- So usually they put those there temporarily until they can make the cement.
So
So
that's-
the temporary marker, yes, those green ones are free.
So we don't have to pay for the cement one,
Mm-mm.
because we already ordered something.
Okay, you see that, that's where I was confused. Because the marker that we have right now, that's what I thought I was paying for.
No.
But if that marker is on it because it has to be on there,
It's there just as a courtesy, yeah. Until they can get the temporary marker
Yeah.
in there, yes.
but until then, it can stay there forever.
If you didn't pay for, if you didn't pay for it, then yeah, that paper will stay there. And then, until you, if you got your own, customized tombstone or something.
Into the headstone.
It's a headstone, sorry, yes, the headstone. Yeah.
Can we have you please speak into the mic? Thank you.
Then I want a refund on mine. Because I'll just keep that little marker that's there right now. I don't need a cement marker, I can go with the marker that's there right now, until we get a headstone.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah,
We can.
I think that needs to be explained to people. When you come in and figure out what it's gonna cost them. And explain to them that, look at this little marker that we're showing, that we have right here. Is a marker, a temporary marker, it's free. But it's gonna cost you this much if you want a cement marker. I think a lot of people will say, you know what, I'll just go with the green one and leave it at that, it's a marker. on it. Yeah. The one I have an issue with,
No, I don't know.
the one that I have an issue with. Is the care and maintenance. That I have an issue with. Because there's no reason that,
Sophie, hold on to it. Hold on to it.
I'm not just speaking because of what I just went through this past week.
Everybody's like, we just thought, and so we're still trying to figure out the bugs.
I'm not just saying this because I went through this past week. I'm saying this from a resident's point of view, from a resident's perspective. Not a council member, from a resident's perspective. I don't think residents should have to pay an additional $300 for care and maintenance. When the guys are already getting paid, cause they're on the clock for taking care of it, I mean, that's part of their job duties. So why should residents have to pay an extra $300 for care and maintenance? For nothing? That's my own personal opinion as a resident. They're already on the clock. It's part of their job duties. So why, as a resident or as a parent or a sibling, should we have to pay an additional $300 on top of the $800 just to get a plot? That's the one that I don't agree with. I think that one should be scratched out. 0, because they're already paying enough already as it is. Another one I have an issue with is,
Can I comment on that one?
Are you gonna explain
Let's, Ruben, you continue. Yeah, we'll let him.
another one I have an issue with. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but. For an infant, an opening of an infant. $760. That's only $40 less than it is for an adult. And we're talking an infant. We gotta be a little bit more compassionate to the parents of that child that are letting their child to rest and charging them almost as much as you would an adult. That to me, it just doesn't jive with me. It doesn't make no sense. I know the city is a business, I understand that. But then again, there's a reason we're in the hole that we're in. And to penalize people, residents, to try to recoup some of that finance. When the residents ain't got nothing to do with what happened, I think that's unnecessary. That's my own personal opinion. Another thing is that we need to decide where are we gonna draw the line as far as an infant? Are we gonna do infant toddler? And then after toddler, anything above that is an adult? Or where are we drawing the line at as far as that goes, as far as an infant? Because for $40 more, I think that's a tad too much. Especially for a child, for an infant. It's hard for people to come up with the money as it is, and then to charge them as much as we are. I think we need to be a little bit more compassionate to people that end up in that situation. Go ahead, Sophie, whatever you're gonna say.
Well, now I have a question on that one too. So what is to? So for an infant's gravesite, it's not working.
We've working.
Is the hole a lot smaller than an adult's? A little.
Yeah,
Well, the casket, but you gotta have the liner, how big is the liner that have to dig in?
no much bigger than the casket itself.
Okay, so that is a lot less work of digging. And as an age, it says infant, so do we have an age cap off on the infant, or how did you decide if it's an infant or?
Well, that's the thing, this is why,
Well, no,
we're-
this has been going on forever, so I don't know, do we have an age? Yeah,
no, yeah, and so then if that's a change, or that, like, you know, Ruben brings up a good point, if, what is the cap, right? And so, if that's something that you guys wanna add, that's where you guys come in and you talk, you know.
you can add, but what is it now?
I don't think
I
there
don't
is
think
one
anybody
now.
knows.
Nobody does.
Probably haven't had that many that have already.
Okay. And then back to the care and maintenance, this is for the lifetime care of the cemetery. Not just because it's one time, they're not gonna be charging this all the time, this is a lifetime. So that plot was bought and they gotta care and maintain that plot for however long the city's in business. So how else are they gonna, you know, we gotta pay the guy for on the plot, but this is how we're paying them. Not all of it, because like, that we're always in the hole in the cemetery, because they spend more time care and maintaining the cemetery than what we've been charging. But $300 or whatever, $250 used to be, that's for the lifetime. So that plot is supposed to be taken care of by the city
What's our
for 50
perpetual
years
care?
or more.
What's perpetual care?
That's the kind of, that's the,
That's
that
where
is
this
a perpetual.
300 comes in.
Well, I don't know if they put that in perpetual care, but perpetual care means taking care of it for the rest of his life.
Right,
So we're
so
paying,
does that go there?
so we're paying twice for it.
No, we don't.
No, you
They
just pay
just
one
have
time,
it
that's it.
where,
Well, that's what I mean. You're paying 300 plus you're paying perpetual care.
No,
No,
perpetual
it's
care
part-
is where
it's
the
part of
city
that.
puts the money
it's
into.
just called.
Yeah.
The city puts that money into this perpetual care pot, which is, has to be to take care of that for the rest of its life. But like the kid, this infant grave site thingy, yeah, that might be a lot more than it maybe should be, since it's a half the size of an adult grave site. Not for the plot itself, because the plot still costs the same, but it's just for the opening and closing. And then I guess we do have to decide on an age or a size, dimensions of what size is the infant size, the child size, and what size is the adult size.
So then they go from the infant to the adult?
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
cut
there's
it
nothing
off
in
like
between.
at 3 or whatever, that anything over 3 is an adult.
Or five,
Or
or how
what,
big a
yeah,
5-year-old is.
I'm just,
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Maybe, what is the size of a regular plot that they did? 8 feet, 10 feet? So if they have to make something that is 5 feet, it'll be half of the price, or over 5 feet, it'll be the full price, I don't know. You know what I mean? But they just talk to the maintenance guys who know how big of a hole they did. For every plot.
well, they have to take up the same, if they bury, like, say, I have a child, they bury that child right next to me, it's gonna take the same amount of area.
The The plot's still the same, but the hole
Right,
that they dig is
right.
smaller.
But it'll take up a full plot, right, okay, okay.
I think the cutoff point should be at a toddler age.
Toddler?
14?
A toddler? No, a toddler would be right around the 6 or 7 year old one, 5 or 6.
It's 3. I think it's like
Yeah.
4, like, I think once you go to like to
When you get
preschool,
to
like
toddler,
like preschool age is that's considered youth.
They're not toddlers
It,
anymore.
yeah, so I just like 0 to 3 is toddler.
Okay,
That's what.
Yeah.
so then what would be youth?
4 to,
Oh, my God.
um,
I would eat my own too.
I mean, technically 4 to what, like 17?
Yeah,
Because once you're 18, you're considered an adult if you want. Yeah.
but we don't have a youth.
Right.
So what you guys are saying is that infant grade is, you guys are charging the people that, a 15-year-old, or are you guys charging them as an
No.
adult?
As an adult, there are only two choices here, sale of an infant grade and adult.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah.
why I think they don't know.
But we
What the
need
cutoff
a
age is.
year age, cutoff.
Right, they don't have
Okay,
this. I
and
asked.
we don't have one, so then is that something that we want to change? Or that council would like to change?
Yes.
Okay,
Or add, because it's already there, we just don't have. Someone comes with a 7-year-old, what are you guys gonna charge them, the plot for? We don't know what they've been doing.
I don't think you have many, hopefully.
No, Sophie doesn't know.
You know, no.
You probably have
go for it, go.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you-
just an opinion on that. There are teenagers, because I do a lot of sports with kids. There are some, keep this in mind, there are some teenagers that are way taller than I am. So instead of going with age, I suggest go with exactly with speed. Because, yeah, I mean,
Be a child, something like that.
yeah, I mean, and then there are some kids that might be 12 years old and they're just really short. Maybe you can charge them according to how much length you guys are gonna have to dig that plot instead of how old they actually are.
We just go through.
And that is true.
Yeah.
Or just stop at 5 years old, you know. that-
Exactly. I mean,
Or
under 5
There's some 5-year-old are small, and there's some that are big, and there's some that are big.
5
So,
years old.
okay, guys, let's get back on track because we need to make these decisions. So you guys want to add what do you want to add when it comes to sale of infant, like the difference between a sale of an infant grade and
We gotta add either like a size or an age. 5 years old and down, or 4 feet and down, we don't know. We don't.
okay, and so then what's the price that you guys are looking at?
And now it's 710.
Yeah. And the adults is 750, isn't it?
800. But we want.
Opening and closing of an infant is 760.
No, right now it's 710, that's what they wanted,
Yes.
proposing, but, and the adult is 8, but they wanna go up to 850. So if we're just deciding this now to make an age or a size difference, maybe we should leave it at 7 or 710. And not change the child one this
Are you
time.
guys looking at the right one? Child of infant grade?
No, we're doing the opening and
So
closing. We're
this
doing
here,
opening and
this
closing.
is what they're suggesting, these are the suggestions, but this, so you wanna look at what's crossed out. Don't look at these.
No, I know, but count down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm looking at the
Uh-huh.
cell of an infant grade.
That's why we're opening and closing,
Okay, but that other one isn't 700, it's 480 on.
yeah, that's the.
Oh,
the rate
okay,
itself,
that's what I
the
thought.
plot.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought that's what it was. I go on now. Oh, no.
Here's what I would suggest. I don't know if you guys want to agree with me or not, but this is what I would suggest. For an infant, I would do that at $600. Instead of $710. For a child. And an infant would be from 1 to 2, 1 to 3. For a toddler, which would be 4 to 6,
You wanna add a different
Yeah.
category?
you gotta have a cutoff point somewhere. For a toddler, I would go 710, and then for an adult, you leave it at 750.
You really want to go into the category?
Yeah, I don't think you should.
Just the 15 is fine. Well. When you come in, I guess if they tell you their age, you people just never have on like that. You get too many different changes.
And then like the sergeant said, there's 10-year-olds that are older than me.
But we can't go.
10-year-olds are gonna be under the adult category.
Yeah, anybody
You
above,
said something that said-
No,
no.
listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
An infant is from 1 to 3. That's an infant. I would set that one at 600 instead of 710. You're talking about a child, an infant.
Mhm.
A toddler, you would go from 4 to 6 in age limit. That could be 710. Anything over 6, from 7 on up would be an adult cost. And I would leave it at 750, not 100.
Instead of changing it like that, to keep it as a category, just do the Sullivan infant one, 0 to whatever you want, 6 or something, don't, let's not throw another category.
Okay, then
We're
we'll
gonna
go,
do that, or just shut it
then we'll
off
go-
at that.
we'll go from 1 to 6.
But there's
As an
infant
infant.
stars.
So that I don't
We're
think
gonna be going back and forth on this. We
I don't
really
think
agree
that we
with
should do
something.
that.
No,
Don't want to make it hard.
yeah,
If we're gonna do that, I think that then we should also change it instead of infant, just say child.
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that way, yeah.
but we don't want.
Cause the
somebody to
infant
come
sounds
to
like a
argue
baby,
with us
Yeah.
a
and
newborn,
say,
it's still no.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So we'll do.
That's what I'm saying.
Child.
A child would be from 1 to 6. I would think. You're not gonna find a 6-year-old that's 6'5". You know, you're not gonna find a 6-year-old that's 6 foot already.
not
That's
very often.
far in between, man.
Have nobody 6-year-old. Sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we make it a child from 1 to 6. And charge them $600. And then anything over 6 will be considered an adult,
Under the adult
under the
category.
adult category.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that would be, right,
It's 8 right now, but we're proposing, you're proposing 850.
Why 850?
where?
There is no 850 proposal here.
And the,
No.
and the draft.
Sale of standard grade,
The red is what it is,
Yeah,
black is what they're proposing.
$800.
800, 750.
No, that's for the grade, talking about opening and closing.
No, but we're not talking about opening and closing.
Yeah, we are.
One word.
We were, you were, but,
Oh, you're changing, it. Okay, oh, gotcha, you're changing it.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So it wouldn't be adult, it would be sale of standard grade,
Oh, you're
correct?
doing the sale.
Right?
For,
Okay.
for,
Yeah.
for 7 and above.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 800, they're proposing. Can we decide on the child opening and closing price?
No, now we can. That's what we're.
That's,
Well, Rubik proposed 670.
yeah. Instead of 710.
for that one.
So you would go, yeah, you would want it to, you would want it to be less.
For a child, yeah.
That's what we
Mhm.
should for 50 less than.
Because if you look at it, the way it's set up right now, it's only $40 difference between a child and an adult.
How do we move it to 650, then it'd be 200 less?
one of the 600. Because it's a child,
Go with the 6, like Ruby.
yeah, it's a child. It's an infant.
That's how I feel.
And then the adults, we're gonna go up to 850,
No, you made it 800.
so we're not changing it at all.
Oh, I don't know, we haven't got to the adults, so I don't know if we discussed that yet or not.
I think we should just leave the child, from 0 to 600. And 7 and above to 800.
Instead of 850 for the opening and closing of the building.
You can 800 from.
This-
800
this
is for the
one,
sale of the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we're gonna- It was 800, they wanted us to charge 850,
Oh.
it's right there.
I haven't heard.
See, because if you really look at it, sell the standard grade. According to this, it's $800. Okay,
That must be right. They wanted to-
it's 800, I just paid 800, so. I just paid 800 for the sale of a plot,
We have- we have-
they told me that's what it was. So I asked them, I go, when did that go into effect? And Jerry didn't have an answer for me.
It hasn't done.
And that's in this year.
Yeah, that's what I paid,
Even in February, when we were looking at this, they were supposed to bring that back
yeah,
as a draft, and we
Yeah.
hadn't received
Yeah,
it.
we can't change
Yeah.
it.
So what was your total, really, on your, on the bid?
$1,600. It was $2,600 total, but 1,000 of it had already been paid, because the plot was already prepaid.
So yours.
But then we ended up buying a new plot, so we ended up at $2,600.
Yeah, you got charged something different because mine was only 12.
Well, he got
Yeah.
charged at 800, one that
I
we
know, that's what I'm
proposed is
saying.
not even supposed to be yet.
And I only paid $12.50 just.
Some people know it's less, but I don't know where Jerry was getting that.
I had one of these. They had one of these on the counter.
Oh, they were going, he was.
And they had one without the draft written on it, that was sitting on the counter. And I told him, I go, how is that 850, Jerry? I go, right here, it says 800. He goes, well, no, it's 850, and then he yelled out. He goes, girls, is this right or not? Nobody answered him. And he didn't have an answer for me either. So it was left at that.
So that's
We have the
where-
receipts.
That's where your $100 extra came in. 50
Evidently.
50 there, so you need to be reimbursed because this was not in fact.
No,
So
It wasn't.
tomorrow,
he said,
you
it
want
was. That's
okay,
right, yeah.
tomorrow, I'm gonna be at City Hall, so, come in and we can, go through, bring your receipts and we will,
Well, he has the receipts there too.
yeah, so we'll look through it, and, figure out what is the charge.
That would be nice.
Yeah, and that's what we charged. He charged me $850. I think, I'm almost sure he charged me $850. If not, he charged me $800. For the price of the plot. Yeah, but that's not what he charged.
We need to, move on. So Ruben, tomorrow, make sure, to come in so that we can look at that.
I think what we need to do is, and this is just nothing but running around in circles. That's all we're doing. Nothing's getting accomplished. Nothing has been accomplished from January till now, nothing. Because we jump from topic to topic to topic to topic, and we never go back
We need to.
till
really-
a month later, a month and a half later. And then we try to come back to something that we talked about 2 months ago. This right here, these prices, they need to be set tonight.
Yeah, let's-
We need to set them tonight and get this over with.
but we just need to quit talking
Yeah.
on the side about
Yes.
it, so they, it's just talking
Yeah.
about prices, and we wouldn't be settled with.
Okay, so as far as the cemetery goes, we're good with the cemetery, right?
No, then we'll be on everything.
With the prices.
With the prices that we just talked about.
What about all the other prices?
That's what we're gonna talk about
No,
right now.
all
So
the other prices, sanitary.
that's what I'm saying. Are we good with everything else? Because everything else, I'm good with it. If you're not good with it, then you need to say something.
Sanitary.
Sophie,
Ruben.
me and you are gonna go back and forth, Sophie, because sometimes you just don't
Okay,
listen to
guys.
what's going on.
Me too.
So we just talked about what you want, James.
That's
I
right.
know, but let's just go down the line and get it done. Cause we're not.
Okay, the sell of the plot, the sell of Standard Grain is gonna stay at that. We're gonna bump it up to 800, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The care and maintenance, I think, I don't think we should have to pay for something like that. And if we do, it should be less than 300, because I don't feel like, why do we have to pay for something that they should be doing already? The other day, you saw, how dry it was out there, the grass was dry, it had been mowed, you know. And then after my brother's funeral, they're not supposed to turn the sprinklers on until 24 hours after the burial. Yes, well, they went on that same day. On my, next to my brother's area. It was a broken line. Not that, the mayor had to go out there and turn it off, because it was just shooting out. We couldn't get a hold of the way. It took the mayor to have to go out there and do it.
Okay, so.
Well, see, hold on, I wanna just make, just clear, Ruben called me, yes, and so, but also. If we are expecting our guys to answer their phone, then they're gonna be getting paid, I mean, it's basically standby, like they're not required to answer their phone. After hours, and this was already after hours, they're off at 4:30, so, yes. I mean, no, regardless, they're off at 4:30, and so. Yeah, I understand, they did not answer the phone, but they're also not required to if they're not on standby.
So you call for this person?
We have
No.
to stand by first.
That was me, which I answered and I went, and yes, well, yeah. No, yeah, so, but,
Can
yes,
I say something?
yes, go ahead, sorry.
So the care and maintenance is designed to help offset the costs that we incur in having our guys go in there and mow and weed eat. That it helps offset what the city has to pay to maintain the cemetery. With regards to the standby, if we have them on standby, we pay them 4 additional hours for them to just sit there and wait and listen. 4 hours to standby at regular pay. If we call them out when they are already off, it's a minimum 2-hour overtime per their union contract. So had we gotten a hold of one of the public works guys to come out and for a 5-minute job to turn the water off, we would have had to pay him 2 hours of overtime.
You know, that's not gonna be, if that's what we have to pay, that's what we have to pay, so obviously that's just the way it goes. We cannot just say no to
But see,
something that.
No,
is
I
a
know, but
need.
see, but what's the thing too is, for them to be on standby, they have to get paid also.
Okay, then answer me this question, if something was to happen at 10 o'clock at night, who are you supposed to get a hold of?
The mayor.
And what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do? So we don't need you to answer, so if I'm asking her, what is she gonna do? She's gonna call one of the guys to come down and take care of the problem. So what is the difference? There is no difference.
Well, I think it's common sense, and I'm not trying to argue with you, please.
No,
If she could take care of it that easily, I agree with her. It'd save us money. But if it's something that's night and it's dark and whatever's going on, she doesn't need to be out. I don't think so.
yes,
So if something like that happens, people want to call.
Well, the mayor is the one we should decide. If anything ever happens, you need to call the mayor.
Right.
And from the mayor will decide, okay, I'm gonna call whatever you can call.
that's my point. That's my point.
Okay.
More than likely, she's gonna end up calling one of the guys to come in and take care of it. So what is the difference, whether they're on call or not? One of them's gonna have to come in and take care of it.
If they don't, you have to have somebody on call? I mean, like, you have to have somebody listed, like, say Joe's on call this week. You
Yes.
have to do that?
They just,
rotate.
So can you explain how they do their overtime?
They rotate so that not the same person is on call, so, it just goes one after the other. But that's just on the weekends where they have to have at least 4 hours of on-call time, which is paid out at
But not during the week.
regular pay. During the week, we don't have that, no. Because that would be essentially they'll work their 8 hours and then their 4 hours of on-call, so they're 12 hours a day.
Okay, so I have a question. I heard the mayor say something earlier, maybe 5 minutes ago or so. That all our employees are off at 4:30. So if something happens at 4:45, everybody's gone.
No, our public works.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, yes, they're off at 4:30. yes.
Okay, so what's gonna happen if something happens at 4:45, 4:55? Then you have to call somebody back? How come we can't have them like on somebody
Yeah.
stays until 5?
Stagger.
Yeah.
Six.
Or 6.
Three, we have three.
There are staggered, and I've been saying forever. Three. They're all at 4:50.
So how many employees do we have?
That's what we're just done before. More. There are four.
Yes, we have 4.
Well, again, we're on.
Does that count the guy does that count Alex?
Yes.
4 with him,
Mhm.
so you only got 3 city workers, actually, because Alex is the sewer guy.
But he works.
Yeah,
But he works.
yeah, but he helps out, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's go back to the opening and closing, or which one were you on, Ruben? Oh, maintenance, care and maintenance. Who else feels the same way, or let's get it over with? Ruben doesn't want it, what do you say, Sophie?
We have to have it.
Do we have to have it, but can we go back? Oh, I guess it's okay, 300, 250, okay. Mary? What do you
Well,
say?
The thing is about this care and maintenance is if the lawnmower is running over our stones, how are they take care of them? Some of them are already all cracked.
My mother-in-law has a whole.
Okay, see, this is where they're going off,
That's what I don't understand.
Here, so.
Yeah, you know, so if we're charging that much, then I think the city should be paying for that. Fixing our stuff. My parents,
I think it's supposed to.
concrete is all broken. You guys took off, well, not you guys, but past mayor had their guys take off the 2x4s. It's all cracked. Everything cracked.
Then you need to come in and talk to what we can do.
It started with 2 mayors ago.
No. Leave that one back, talk to this one for right now, and let's see what we can get. We got 2 appointments, Missy.
Mhm.
When can you do that, Mary? Don't put it off.
No,
When can you come in and talk to us?
it would have to be tomorrow.
Okay.
So what do you think about the open, care and maintenance?
Well, you know what I do about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going down here, and that, Vera already asked me, and I was going down that way.
What did you do, say?
I said we have to have it.
I say
He
we
said
don't.
no.
What did Vera say?
He said,
I haven't voted yet.
she did vote, but she kind of said, yeah.
I mean, if you're paying for this and they're still not doing their job and taking care of this stuff, then what's the purpose of paying for it?
Can I suggest something maybe?
Go ahead.
If we leave this in here, can we have Public Works or somebody go out and check like Mary's, mother's, my mother-in-law and father-in-law? There are a lot of broken stones and there are graves that have sunk in. Could we do that? And then maybe we'd feel better about charging? Cause I know there's quite a few out there, I'm sorry to say, that need some attention.
I think that we should, like, as council members, go out there, and actually take a look at, you know, take a look at the cemetery, yeah, do like walkthroughs and stuff and talk about like, okay, what is it that either we need to do, yeah.
How do you feel about that, Ruben?
That's fine with me.
Okay, I think we should do that too.
I think so too.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to set it, do this. Alright, let's move on where we at.
Okay, Mayor, we're gonna start at the top.
Okay.
Business license fees, it's $60. The last time we sat down and talked about, we were thinking about bumping it up to 100. Is everybody in agreement with that?
I think that's when we should.
Okay, that one's good.
100%.
Okay. Business license late fee, it's at $50. The last time we talked about it, leave it at 50.
Okay.
Home daycares is at $100. We discussed it last time to bumping it up to $200.
The year, right?
Yes, those are yearly costs.
I think we should because, well, if they're making money.
200, then it's double it.
For home care, for home daycare. How do you guys feel about that? $200?
And if we're only bumping up the other one, why are we bumping the daycare double versus the other one?
Okay.
Versus the business.
The business.
Business license is more of a restaurant, store, gas station. Daycares. All your home daycares are financed in the government.
They're for sure making that money.
Yeah. Yeah,
Keep in mind that they are also billed the license fee. So if you bump the home daycare fee to 200, they'll actually be paying 300 because they have to pay for the business license as well.
That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sophie. So maybe we should just.
okay, then we'll just do 150.
Thank you, Sophie. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Dog license tax, $15. If the dog is spayed or neutered. Leave it at that.
Yeah, because nobody gets them anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one, per dog, non-alter dogs, $25. After January 31st each year, in addition to regular license fee, $25. Those all stay the same, okay? Yard sale permits were at $10. We talked about bumping them up to 15. You in agreement? Okay. Monthly permits, $50 for yard sales. Okay, let's try not to spend too much time on this one because last time we spent, I don't know, 45
Yeah,
minutes
we don't need.
just on this alone.
I think everybody's on to that.
Advanced purchase, January 1st to June 30th, $15. They want to bump it up to 30. Yes. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. You good with that, Drew?
Yeah.
So-
I think that's too much, but everybody wants it.
Why don't we go 25?
25 sounds better. That's what it used to be before they went back down to 15.
Okay, we're gonna go to 25 for advanced purchase from January through June 30th. Okay, $25. July 1st through July 30th, it was $25. We talked about a happy medium, either $30 or $35.
Yeah.
It was 35 that we
35.
agreed.
Okay, we're gonna leave it at 35. And we're calling good.
Yep.
July 4th is $30. The day up. Okay,
Yeah. I think that they would, I mean.
Oh, wait. So doing the 3 days before is more than the day up? That doesn't make sense.
No, we're gonna take out this purchase on July 4th,
Take it out
remember?
and out.
Oh, we're
Okay.
taking it out.
It was just gonna be a flat fee
of
of $35.
$35,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha, okay. We're just-
And take out the other one too?
I-
The July 5th to the
Yes,
31st?
right?
Are we taking that one out?
I wasn't that what we,
You're not gonna
You guys
have
said that.
anybody doing that.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
We
it
can
was
take
just
that one
like a
out.
flat fee, yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, and so this one pays for that and New Year's. What if they don't pay for that, but they wanna buy for New Year's? We don't have anything for New Year's. And
It's just
they-
35, that's what that was the
Oh, flat.
argument, that was the
Yeah.
argument, so that was 35 flat, that's
Oh,
where the
so
35
July
flat came from.
31st, anything after July 1st is 35, not July 2, July 3rd. Okay, gotcha.
Copies for the paper copies, 15 cents cheap,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Facts. First page, $1.50. Each additional page, $1.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
think that's good.
Public records request, paper copies per page, 15 cents. Good? Yeah. Scan documents per page, 10 cents.
Guys,
Yes.
Okay. Electronic documents for 4 files, 5 cents a piece. police reports, fire reports per report, up to 20 pages, $25.
Yeah.
Up to 10 pages it says.
Oh, 10 pages, yeah,
So anything, okay,
Additional pages with 15 cents.
yeah.
okay.
A flash drive, $20.
That sounds good on a flash drive, I don't know what they cost.
A flash drive?
You guys get many of those?
I think we bought one right here,
Okay.
last week. I think it was like $12
That's
Yeah.
good, for the
They
flash
don't
drive,
get
plus the
many.
information.
just for the
Yeah.
flash drive.
No,
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
a flash drive and yeah, like
Yeah,
information,
information
like
on that
to say
flash
like, yeah, to do the work, to put it on.
Yeah.
So should we charge more because of the item itself? The work is $20 and $10 for the flash drive, so it's up to 30. They gotta buy the flash drive and they gotta put information in.
They're asking about the book.
Either 25 or 30.
We just
25.
updated the
25?
public records.
For the flash drive. Notary, $30.
No, 10.
10
Oh, I scratched up the wrong one.
per document.
That's usually what they charge.
Yeah, per document.
Yeah.
We're good on that one, right?
Yeah.
Transcripts, verbatim, per hour, $30. The municipal code book, $100.
Yeah.
Comprehension plan, $40.
Yeah.
That would have to do it, that's anything having to do with the planning commission, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Transportation improvement plan, $10. All other plans per copy, $20 a piece. Maps, zoning, environmental, etc. $5. NSF fee for return payment, $35. Okay, sell standard rate, 800. Right?
Right.
Okay, so what are we voting on care and maintenance?
We need to leave some that we don't. If you guys aren't comfortable with 300, we could go down a little bit, but.
Or what, okay,
If we.
you wanna go to 250?
It
If
is
we do
250
it
right
right
now.
now,
It is
no,
250
if
right now.
we get
So
together,
it's gonna get at 250?
if we get together, go out there and take
Yeah.
action, then I agree, we'll leave it, but if we don't,
You mean 300?
whatever you guys decide, it's okay. But I think we need to do something ourselves as council out there.
Opening and closing of standard grade, it's 800, you wanna go up to 850? Were you agreeing with that one?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Standard grade liner, 650, they wanna bump it up to 7.
Cost more to buy those. things.
Leave it as is,
7.
go to 7. Cell of infant grade, 430, and they wanna bump it up to 480.
That's for the plot itself. It's the same size as the adult, right?
No, that's
No,
a
it'd be
little
smaller.
one.
No, the grade. This is the
Oh.
grade.
Oh, I'm
This-
sorry.
This is the grade,
This
that's
is-
opening and closing.
No, this is the plot
Yeah,
itself.
which is the plot. It's the
Yeah.
same size as an adult one, but they get it a lot cheaper.
Do you wanna leave it at 430 or bump it up to 480?
I think 480, we're gonna go down on the other one.
Yeah, we can't go down. Yeah, let's leave that one, go down on the next one. Longer than close.
Yeah,
You wanna do the 430,
480.
the 480 on the infant grade?
Yeah.
Okay. Opening and closing of infant grade, 710 or 760? Yes.
That will go
Yeah.
down.
Okay. Infant minor, 275 or 325?
The liner, that's what they probably have in fire out.
That's a concrete.
So if we have to go up to 325.
Yeah, we can go up on that.
Well, because the concrete costs a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Especially right now.
Okay.
Opening and closing of ashes. this is,
I don't know the process in that. Do they actually open something or they just dig and then put something in there?
Well, it depends. If they're opening somebody's grave, I think they open it completely.
Oh.
But if it's just, you got an answer for it?
No, actually, because I've had two uncles' ashes interred recently. It's I think it's a 4x4 square and it goes halfway down. It goes 4 feet versus or 3 feet versus the 6 feet down. But then they encase it with some PVC, a PVC box to make sure that when they go over with the mower, it doesn't sink in and ruin the urn. So, it's not just digging out the square, it's putting in the PVC box to protect the urn when they,
So then they try, we wanna go up a whole $100, how would it go up to? It's 500 versus the 550? And 450 to 500, you guys?
another thing they do is they just dig a hole. If it's just a regular standard upright urn, they'll take the urn, they'll put it inside of a PVC pipe, cap the ears off, and then just put it back in the hole, cover it up, and it's a done deal. Yeah, that's pretty much what,
Well, I
Oh,
think we
it's done.
should go 100 more, but.
Put this 50,
Yeah.
550? I
I'll
mean,
go
the
to
500 even, I mean,
I think 500.
500?
Yeah.
Saturday funeral.
well, you know, ashes. Oh, that's what we
That's
did.
what we do.
Now it's a Saturday funeral.
Saturday funerals have gone up because remember, we didn't have anybody
On duty,
And we still
duty,
don't.
so-
and then we have to pay them to come over here,
And we still don't have anybody
and
on
that's
duty.
overtime.
It'll be overtime.
And you know, if we tell people that in the beginning when they come in, well, if you do it Saturday, cause I was told it'll be more, so I think we're good with that.
550?
Well, I didn't look at that part.
It's going up $50.
We'll have to pay 2 guys. Oh, man.
Mhm.
And then the temporary grave marker, see that one at 50?
But they have a choice to get it or not get it.
Yes, you have a choice to get it or not get it.
Yeah.
But then also remember it's cement, so that's
Yeah.
where.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Right here, you need to
know.
put cement.
Yeah, we,
Okay.
whoever does that,
And then
Jerry,
grade
you
marker.
can tell them.
Temporary grade marker.
There's 2 different,
Okay.
So are we in agreement to leave it at 75? I mean, to bump it up to 75?
It would cement, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, and that is cement.
okay.
Setting fees for the headstones.
Single width, 300 to 350.
We want $50 on all of them.
That's just for the base itself.
that's just.
That's not for the
Setting.
headstone, and the setting of the headstone,
That's
is-
all setting.
it's more the base than anything else.
The base is cement and then they set the headstone
Yeah.
on top.
Well, they only did the base of Ruby's and least, and the people that sold us the top part did that part.
You didn't say it, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what we, I remember back when it was only $100. I don't think.
The only thing about that is that this cost is an additional cost after everything else is paid off,
Oh,
you know, so,
that's true.
yeah,
That's
everything's
true.
already covered. And this is just whenever the headstone comes in when it's ready, that's what this cost is for.
Okay.
So we leave it as is?
Yeah, I think we
As
should,
is.
if we're putting everything else back on.
And,
Do
you know,
we
but
leave-
the original.
Yeah,
like,
do you wanna leave it as
yeah.
is, or do you wanna bump it up $15?
So why is,
See if we can bump them up.
why is
I think
double
so,
width
too.
more than triple width?
With that,
Yeah.
Single is 350, double is 450,
Yeah.
triple is 400.
that's true. I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No, that's what I'm asking.
Okay, so do we turn those around?
Well, yeah.
Do the-
of course, yeah.
Do the double four and the triple 450,
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
yeah, yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we're done. That one.
An upright surcharge. In addition to setting fee,
Oh,
wow,
Those I'm changing them. They're not asking us to change it.
No, because we didn't get this one for that thing.
No, I mean, it's not in red.
I know, but
They didn't suggest any
we
changes.
can
So-
change it.
that's the difference between if it's flat and it's a big,
It's upright.
right? Hmm.
Leave those as is,
Yeah.
installation of base is $35 a piece.
That's good. But can I ask a quick question? So you're talking about those, like they stole my mom's, so I can order these, I can get these from us from the city? Is that right, or no?
I don't know.
Installation only, not the purchase of the base.
But that doesn't make sense, because when they put, when they put the thing on the bottom part,
Yes.
that's where they put it,
Yes.
yes, it does make sense, sorry,
After the building permits.
Yeah, but if you're already paying 400 plus. For the width, I mean, for, let's say a double wide base. And then you're gonna end up paying another,
Why would it
Uh-huh,
change?
another-
Why would the upright make a difference? They're putting the base in, doesn't matter, they have to put a base in, so whether it's higher or flat, what's the difference?
there is no difference.
So that's, well. I don't think so either, but
That's what I'm saying, you wanna eliminate that cost or leave it as is? Get rid of it?
because, I mean, to me, I don't know.
Get rid of the 110 and the 150? Is that what, the ones you wanna get rid of? Zero.
Really?
Zero.
Really?
Well, Sophie, if you're gonna buy a flat one, they're gonna put the same base on your flat one, or you're gonna go out and buy one that's taller like Ruby's. They're gonna charge you more, why? The base is the same.
Well, not
Is it
necessarily,
bigger?
because if it's,
Bigger
if
and
you're,
heavier?
if it's a base, if it's flat and it's, there's gonna be different sizes than if it's upright.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be.
It-
Doesn't
but
have
it-
to be so.
Necessarily, I mean,
No, because over there at a funeral home, they have all those with.
Yeah.
flat, So
yeah,
how are you gonna tell the difference?
So my
What?
answer to your question was because it's bigger and heavier to handle than a flat one.
mhm.
That's why they charge the extra. I believe.
No, because like I said, they did put Ruby's in.
Oh.
The people I bought it.
But
from.
if we have to put it in, this is what they want. to charge.
Okay.
If we have to put it in, if we don't pay them, to put it in, they're paying you guys.
Yeah.
No, that's-
So you need to understand, Sophie, that when they lay down the base, they're laying down a 4-inch base, whether it's a single, a double, or a triple, it's still a 4-inch base.
From setting it down, setting it in place,
The headstone,
standing up, yeah. But
Okay,
upright, so
let's go, leave it, it's okay. leave it.
only because the big ones that I've seen them out there, the big ones that are heavier, big.
Oh, we never had it, no big ones like they used to, but.
installation of base is $35. Removal or marker, $100.
We charged for that, the cement one?
I believe so.
I don't think, I don't know.
Why would they charge you to pick it up and take it?
Well,
Yeah.
the cement one, does it pick up easy or is
Cause
it?
there's some that, Kirk get out there, cause I walked out there on, Mother's Day.
The markers aren't that big, the cement markers aren't that big, yeah. Why even charge for something like that?
I've never done it.
Right. I myself, I would get
I'll
rid of
go
that
out and
one,
move my own,
I would get rid of that one, myself, I myself would get rid of it.
if they, or at least go down on it. Okay,
What are you guys gonna do?
Are we down or?
I would say,
Away.
I don't know what it entails to take it off, I don't think, is it block cement, is it grass or block cement? Attached to
It's
cement?
It's
No.
not all grass.
Some
Not
is
attached to another piece of cement.
just laid in the grass. There is the grass. Laid in the.
I think it should be less. If any,
Yeah. We could definitely get that in there.
but there is quite a bit of them made out there that it's been out there for a long time.
Well, we need it.
So you wanna remove it for $50,
Yeah.
half of it, take it off?
Yeah,
Because we do these people talk to them.
Disinterment fee,
What is that?
that's exhuming the body.
Well.
Yeah.
So could I ask a quick question? You wanted, or we had talked a little bit about undoing your mom and putting your brother in, what happened when? We don't do that, or?
We ended up buying a plot that was right next to it, that was available, that I was in the will.
She was pretty, he was bigger, right?
She has her own plot. So it's $850 for, exhuming the body, exhuming the fence.
Yeah, I think we should leave it on.
I think yeah.
We should.
Transfer of ownership fee, $25. I think that should stay.
that's it, thing.
No, I
You
would
just
tell
sign a piece of
you,
paper.
yeah, I would tell you that I'm gonna give my plot to my sister. So they're gonna take my name off of this.
And that's about it.
My girls, is that right, or by Ross? When you transfer
There's,
ownership, how do you do it? Is that how you do it? You just take?
I've never had to do one, so I don't know, I couldn't tell you.
The transfer of ownership,
Yes.
you gotta come in and fill out a form and then, say, I'm not the owner anymore, this person's gonna be the owner now. D, reissue fee,
Okay, I got, well, not, I've never gotten anything from any of my fault. The mean, that I own it, except it's in that book. But what if that book gets burned up or gets lost?
Yeah.
I have two. Besides my son.
That's another point that I will do with the beach.
can we,
Well, we don't do that.
Can we,
You don't have it. When somebody buys one.
It's off topic of the
Mhm.
price.
I know we're getting off, but
Yeah.
they need, their issues that really need to be resolved because it should be given these people that are buying their product. A deed.
And I understand what you're saying, cause
Yeah.
my mom bought her, and all she had was her receipt.
Right. So, would that be hard to do this, we do that, with a thing, you just give it the deed to the plot?
Or we can look into it.
can somebody in the office look to see if there is a paperwork on that, as far as the transfer of deed? Yeah,
The issue.
okay. Grave location change fee,
That is, you wanna change spots, location, that then.
Well, if I go out there and pick one, and decide I don't want, I'm gonna get another one instead, right?
like if you already have one, and you decide, no, I'm gonna go get this one over here.
I think that's
And
good.
you, I don't want this one, I'm gonna go. get it.
Yeah, that's good, I like that, because they have to go to the trouble to find it.
Okay, a fence permit, it was $50, is going up to 100, or what's the deal on that?
What is that? Yeah, is there, it's not crossed out,
Oh,
the fence permit? It says 50, but it's not crossed out. So are we wanting to up that? No. What is that?
Yeah,
the
I
fence
think we
permit.
want you, I just think.
I think so.
The other one isn't.
Okay, so I have a question about that fence permit.
Okay.
So, let's say that I got a fence permit 10 years ago, that fence permit is still good this year.
I think they expired, don't they?
Are you,
Or are they only good for 1 year?
no, I think you're talking,
Like,
a fence permit
Like,
is
let's
if,
say that I
it-
went today, and Sophie gave me a fence permit,
yeah,
and, cause I told her I'm gonna fix the front fence.
okay.
And then 4 months later, and he's like, I'm gonna do the side fence.
But are you talking about rebuilding, or are you talking about just repairing? Is this different?
Yeah, like, are you gonna take down what you currently have and then put a new one up? And so you wanna know, like, there's
I
an
heard,
expiration date?
there's no fee for
There's
that.
no fee if you're replacing something, there you should.
No, but that, she's saying she's taking it down,
Yeah.
and she's
but
gonna
it's
put a
been there.
new one
Because
up.
I see a lot of people that do that.
Do what? Like they,
Take the whole fence down and put brand new boards and everything.
mhm.
I think you can do that.
Yeah,
Without a
If it
permit.
exists,
Without a permit.
Without a permit.
right,
The only time you have to buy a permit is when it's brand new, not put, that don't have any fence already.
right.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
how it
that's
is.
you get the permit.
Oh, okay.
Here's part of the problem.
That's another thing you need to explain to people.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the problem is that we ask questions and nobody has answers. That's
Well,
part
I
of the
knew
pro-
that was,
I know.
but
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
it's in the ordinances though, right?
Mhm.
So you can pull the ordinance and find it.
Because if you really think about it, this is like the second or third time we've talked about these fees.
Now,
It's on the agenda. You would think that people would come prepared in case certain questions are gonna be asked. But we're going back and forth because nobody has an answer. We're pretty much setting the rates ourselves right here as we on the fly. Because nobody has answers for us. Okay? This fence permit, all it says is fence permit.
yeah.
Are we talking a 6-foot fence? Are we talking a 4-foot
Well,
fence?
that's another.
Are we talking backyard
see,
fence?
so
Are we
the-
talking the front of the house fence?
It's just a fence permit, like it doesn't have a,
And then-
But when they come in to buy a fence permit, I see where you're coming from. Whoever sells it to, which is Jerry, should pull the ordinance and it tells you right in it. 6-foot fence is only up to the size of your house.
Yeah.
4-foot, okay, that needs to be done to the visitor. So they understand what our ordinance is.
So that's attached to the permit when they come in for a permit,
Right.
so they can review it.
So it's right in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a matter of feeling.
Okay, so what do you guys wanna do?
So what is it, 50 or 100?
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think it's 50, they wanna raise it to 100. Both of them,
Right.
that's right.
Well, we can meet him at 75.
Meet it at 75.
So the permit, that's one 75?
Yeah.
Then the sprinkler 50,
Yeah.
sprinkler 50,
Oh,
it's going from 25 to 100. So we're gonna go to 50. The rest is to be determined, if I'm gonna do
Land use permits, conditional use permit, $200. Variance permit, $300.
where is all that?
that. To rezone, you have, this is business, they wanna make it residential.
Oh, okay. But if they
Please.
do that, doesn't that have to go through?
Is that from Yakima or is that
That's
you
right.
guys
That's what
do it in the office?
That's why it's $300.
Oh, because they do go through.
They have
Okay,
to.
okay.
They go to the planning.
And do we
commission
ever
and all
do
that. We did once, yeah, when Marty was young.
Do we,
I don't know if the person got that with this thing, but places things have been rezoned.
well, the one Amy Realms was out there by Nate and them,
Oh,
it was rezoned for that.
Okay, so all these rezonings and rezoning applications, zoning certificates,
The same.
leave it as is.
Yeah.
Okay. Water permit fee, $500. That's for the hookup, right? Okay,
Is that to pay for the meter itself?
that's, I think that's from the main line.
Because it's been $500 forever. Water permit fee.
But everything else went up.
Right, yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, the water permit fee is from the main line all the way up to the meter.
I have no idea what the permit fee is.
what is the water
Ladies?
permit fee?
It's just the permit to connect to the water, but then you also have your general facility charge after.
So totally it's like 4,000.
Mhm.
Those two,
For the water.
yeah, for just the one, yeah. Does this cover everything that we just went through with a resident. Okay.
Because then the sewer's $5,500, I mean,
4,500?
well, plus the 500, plus the 500 would be a combined cost.
You need a permit and then.
Oh,
For the sewer,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, on that sewer permit, does that, is that, what is that G whatever, that thing has to be connected?
It's
It's
the
the
sewer,
general
the
facility.
sewer general facility charge
I know, but
is what you're asking, yeah. Or the sewer permit,
no,
Oh.
that G, what's that thing that,
GFC,
yeah.
right here,
So
yeah.
that's
general.
all of it?
Yep.
Okay.
Mayor,
What?
I do have Drew who,
Okay,
Just to explain what these different charges do, right? So
Go
the
ahead, Drew.
permit fee. Can everybody hear me?
On the side, on the screen.
because
There's no screen.
Oh.
we had, yeah, we moved in and so
Drew?
they were,
Can you folks hear me?
they were working really before it had started.
Can people hear me okay in the room?
Keep going on.
Yeah. they were.
No, just go
Hello?
back down to the one where you guys have marked up, the delinquency.
Mhm.
We're going to $15 instead of $10 for a late fee on the water bill.
Water.
That's okay.
I think, well.
Sorry, Drew, can we put you on speaker instead?
Yeah, that's
Okay, give me
true.
a second.
You want my, or what?
We got a mic here.
Okay.
Okay, Drew.
Everybody in the room hear me okay?
Yeah.
So it's just to help kind of explain the different charges between permit fees and general facility charges for both water and sewer. So the permit fee is supposed to cover the cost, the actual water connection itself for putting in the new connect, not necessarily putting in the new connection line. That's going to be addressed separately, but basically the actual connection itself into the system. The general facilities charge is a payment that is made by the project, by the property owner, that essentially it goes towards the maintenance, or excuse me, shouldn't be going towards the maintenance, goes towards the capital cost of the system itself. So if you think about, if you're a longtime resident, for example, maintenance of that system, the build out of the system, you've been paying for that for X amount of years. You may have had to pay a general facilities charge yourself for building that out. But if you're somebody who is new, or there's a new development or property, you are essentially reaping the benefits of every other ratepayer paying into the system and improving the system. So the general facilities charge is a means to create equity amongst all of the ratepayers, and basically is a means to paying their share of the system improvements. So those are they're both fees, but they cover or are supposed to address two different things. And oftentimes general facilities charge is going to be substantially more than the permit fee, only because system improvements, as we have learned, get more and more expensive over time.
Yeah, but Drew, the question is that the equity doesn't go to the homeowner, it goes to the city.
I'm sorry, council member, can you repeat your question?
The equity doesn't go towards the homeowner, it goes towards the city, doesn't it?
Well, yes, it's yes, but the equity is that the new ratepayers are benefiting from the money, are benefiting from the system that the old ratepayers paid for, right? And so it is so the idea of a general facilities charge is basically telling the new ratepayer, hey, you also have to pay, or you also have to have skin in the game, for lack of a better term, to make sure for both the current improvement of this system in its current form, but also in the future. So like when you guys are looking at, increasing your rates like you do like what you did last month, oftentimes those rates are also going to include things or contemplate, whatever capital improvements you need to do to the system, to, whether that is to build out a new component of the system, to service new members of the community, or to replace aging infrastructure. But if you're somebody who's brand new and hadn't had to pay into that system, you basically get the benefit of the system without having paid for the system. So the GFC is supposed to help make it equitable so that the new ratepayers are also paying towards system improvements in the same fashion as the old ratepayers did. And now, is it gonna be a $1-for-$1? No, and I don't think it ever is, but it is a tool for cities like you who have these municipal utilities to try to make it more equitable between old ratepayers and new ratepayers.
Okay, thank you.
So the water permit fee and the other one is two separate ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
So the water permit fee is charged so they can hook up?
That is correct. That is the fee they have to pay in order to put in a new water connection.
And that connection from the main line to where the meter is gonna be located.
No, the connection should be from the meter to the house.
It's
That's
just
the
like-
homeowner.
It's just like a, yeah,
Just a,
Yeah,
just a connect it.
just to use our water, I guess, in a sense.
We look at delinquent fee.
Yes, and you guys said leave it at 10?
We do like 10, we
Okay.
raise everything else up, so. So they're gonna raise the fee and everything, you know, and-
Everything else staying the same?
Thank you, Drew.
Okay, then we're good with this.
How about community deputy?
Oh, yeah, that's not complete water.
Yeah.
Oh, because we were gonna talk about changing it,
Oh, oh,
but you guys just like, I remember you have to say to,
leave it the same,
I think so.
yeah, 15 and 7.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Okay. Any further discussion? No? Okay, we are moving on to item C, discussion of resolution 2026-21, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with SJ Environmental for water operator services. Mike, you talked a little bit on that about.
Yes, so as we know, we don't have a water operator at this time. We reached out to the list of operators on the Department of Health website, sent them invitations for a meeting to hopefully get a contract. We did have three offices who did agree to meet with us. The first one, he had a family emergency, so he couldn't show up. Second one we met, which was the SJ. He said that he could have somebody here on staff here in the office, sorry for
Yeah, on site.
yeah, on site for the 3 days out of the week, which the Department of Health is requesting that we have somebody here on site more often than not. And then the last person offered services, but pretty much,
When we said we needed him on site, he just said, no, that's not something that I can do.
but as far as testing, he was able to do the testing for us. But he,
Basically in a sense for him. But, Andy, Andres Cervantes, who is with, Department of Health, his thing is we need somebody on site, we do, and so he really wasn't, he says that, no, we can't just, have somebody, call him and say, oh, do fix this or do that, he's like, no, we need somebody on site, so. SJ Environmental is out of the ones that responded to us, he was the one that was more than willing to.
It says 3 days a week, so are we telling them what days or are they making up the days?
When we were in the interview, we had said Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh,
Yeah. And that was something that he was okay with, that he was more than willing to, yeah.
Well, you don't even consider the other two then, right?
Yeah, no. Well, and also the third gentleman didn't even, we asked for a proposal and he did not provide anything. And
The Department of Health has a list of contractors that all you gotta do is ask for it, go through it.
that's what Marty just said, that she emailed them on that list. And only 3
That's each one.
Mhm.
responded to us.
That's really came from you, yeah, she said.
Yes, we did go on that, Department of Health list. That's what we got. These
Mhm.
candidates from.
Because right now, the city of Memphis is out of compliance with the water thing.
Actually, we're not, we have until the 13th, and then we have been given an extension, so.
Okay, here's part of the thing for me. These guys are out of Moses Lake. According to this proposal, he's got 3 people within 40 minutes from here. And another person that's an hour and a half from here. Now, if you end up calling one of these guys, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny just to get them down here. Not only that, but right now, you're looking at $5,200 a month. You're looking at $54 an hour for this person. You're looking at 8 hours a day. You're looking at somebody that we don't even have that can fill in that spot. So what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to train somebody.
No,
And
who are they gonna train? They're gonna have,
we,
the water operator that will be coming here is a trained, he's licensed.
I know, but the point, what we're trying to get going here is we want a certified water operator to be employed for the city of Mountain full time.
Yes,
That's what we're shooting for.
yes,
No, yeah, well, yes.
hold on, no, hold on,
That's what we're shooting for.
uh-huh,
So in order to get that, whoever comes down here out of these 3 people, they're gonna be training a person while they're here. That's my understanding.
No, they're gonna bring one of our.
no. This is temporary, we're gonna continue to look for a water operator, but to be in compliance, we need somebody here. So we need to contract out. This isn't something that, he's not gonna train anybody, whoever we hire to work for us full-time will be a water operator, licensed, certified. He won't need to get any training from anybody.
These people here, they're willing to train somebody. That's part of the proposal.
If we choose to.
If we choose to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The person if we're willing to train somebody that's already here, these people will take that person under the wing and train them. They should be trained within 6 months. They should be ready to go in and take their test. And they should be very much ready and be able to pass that test within 6 months. That's what I was told. So if that's the case, who's gonna cover the other 2 days? And do we have somebody we don't have anybody certified to cover the other 2 days, to do the bite test, to do the chlorine test.
But you don't need to be certified to do.
You gotta
Yeah.
be certified to do the bite test. The bacteria test.
Whatever testing needs to be done, that needs to be by a certified water operator, will be done by the contractor. This is just a temporary until, this is mayor's idea to have somebody here full-time as a water operator, but if you can talk to engineers everywhere, they know that there's a shortage on water operators, right, Tim? So it is very hard to find anybody who wants to work for a city, especially Mapton having so much water issues. You're putting your license on the line for a city that has a lot of water issues. It's very hard to come by. This is the only thing that we have in place right now so we can be in compliance with the Department of Health. It's not long-term. We're hoping we can get somebody, but this is just temporarily, like I said, just to be in compliance.
So do we have anybody that's interested in being in this position on staff right now?
And has anybody applied?
Well, we haven't opened it, that's the thing,
Right.
guys, like,
I
we haven't,
mean, on staff is saying.
yes, but. So. And I understand what Ruben is saying, but we don't need to have somebody here 5 days a week. The 3 is plenty, and for this testing. Whatever testing that needs to be done, that it needs to be done by a certified water operator, they will do those 3 days that they're here. The other, I know that we do, what is it, the one that, we do, daily?
They believe it's the residuals
The
and
residual, that needs to
chlorine,
be certified to do those, and those are getting done at the moment, which is, by one of our employees who was helping our former water operator who would work with him. So he knows how to do that, those tests. Yes, and so that's what we're doing right now. But we need somebody certified to do like what Ruben was saying, but I know, like here it says it's 6 months, but we don't plan to have these guys here 6 months, you know, like maybe 3. And while we find somebody. But yes, but yeah, but this is just, I mean, just, this is what he's proposing, but this isn't what we're going to accept in a sense, I guess, right? Like. Does that make sense?
So there's no contract or nothing yet.
We just haven't negotiated the pricing.
You already did.
This is the price.
We just said this is what they're proposing, but not when we're accepting.
No, what he's saying about the 6 months, like where he said.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, not the price, yeah.
What I'm saying is that to find a water operator level 2, whether it's a 1 or 2 level,
Mhm,
they're not a dime a dozen.
exactly, yeah,
They're hard to come by.
exactly,
So during that time, these people are gonna be here until the city of Elton finds somebody to fit that position. That could be 2 weeks, that could be a year. I mean, we
No,
don't,
yeah,
nobody
exactly,
knows.
we don't know, and so, but we need somebody.
Yes,
Uh-huh,
I understand that,
uh-huh,
but in the meantime, while we're hoping, why not get one of the city employees to get trained to do this job in case we don't find nobody in the year?
and so then,
Doing.
okay, and so then,
Who's been doing?
no, hold on. So then, okay, if that's something that you think that we should do, then they will be here more than the 6 months, and that's just something that then we would have to, you as council would have to agree on. Yes, we want to contract you for 6 months or for, you know, whatever length of time. And train our employee, like, yeah, we can do that if that's something that you wanna do, but as council, but right now, like. We just,
need somebody.
we need somebody but also, what do you, how would I, yes, we need somebody, but. So, but like I'm saying, if that's something you want, then we have to, I guess in a sense, renegotiate, correct?
No.
Or.
well, they're,
What?
Many of our employees want to do.
Which,
The-
we know that they do, we do.
Oh, they do?
Yes, we know that they do, but that wasn't the purpose of this, right? So now,
No.
if that's something that, like, you know, we wanna explore, then that's something different, correct?
well,
Right.
yeah.
Yes, so,
Well, they just if they just shadow him, why would we have to pay more to? Shadowing.
I think it said something about that
Well-
in here too.
yeah, and which he can train our employee while that length of time that he's here, if it's 2 months, if it's 3 months, yes, he can train that employee, but. I think that that's not the point of this, we're not trying to get somebody here to get trained, I think
But
we
it
just need
would
to
be
be,
good to
yes.
give them that opportunity, because if they wanna go on and become this person, they have that under their belt.
Yes.
Well, we do have a public works employee who is interested in doing being a water operator. To get his license, he has to be working under somebody who's certified. we need this contractor, and he will be working under him. He will be signing off on his hours. And he has told the mayor that he will assist us in assisting him to get his trainings or whatever he needs in order to get his operator license. So it will benefit the city, but mayor's just bringing it up as just to be in compliance, we do need to have an operator.
That's not even this question. Isn't that what I just got them saying?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that what I just got them saying?
So if it was offered to us, we wouldn't.
But it,
No, it's.
I think there's just
Wait a minute,
confusion. There's just a little confusion.
Here's another thing we need to do. And I would strongly suggest that we need to do this. We need to have head of departments here at these meetings at least once a month. Because we're getting answers from city staff that don't know nothing about the jobs out there. They're just saying whatever they're saying because that's what they think we want to hear. I want answers from people that have the answers. That's what we need. We need answers from people that have the answers for us. Heads of departments would have the answers for us. And if they don't have the answers for us, then why do we have them as head of department? That's the thing about it. We need to start nipping things in the bud because this is going on way too long. Way too long. And all we're doing is just going over the same things over and over and over every meeting. And nothing's getting accomplished. This is the first thing that we've gotten accomplished in the past 4.5 months. And we just came to an agreement right now.
are you directing that toward me?
I'm directing it to everybody.
And more than that.
Tell me what have we done? Tell me what have we done?
We did that other,
What have we done?
We found out where our policies are.
Okay.
paper that Whitey commented and we.
How long did it take to
submitted to
find out?
Mark. We have finished that.
You guys were getting it out.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, where we at? Talked about that, so we put it for the regular meeting.
It'll be on the, it's already on the regular.
Yeah.
No, on B.
Okay, but on B, or on
Different one than I.
on D, on C,
Oh, she gave out the. meeting.
how come the resolution is 2026-21 on the front page of our study session? And our paper inside our packet is 2026-20.
It's 21. It's 21.
No,
It's 21.
it's,
This is.
Amy, Amy, that-
This is the one that. Needs to be fixed.
okay, so,
So in order for it to get fixed, it's gotta be brought up again at the next meeting.
no.
What?
We think that, oh,
Well, no, fixed could be right now. But we have a motion for it and everything to meet.
we're not having it right now, anyway, that's not.
This is just talking.
You gave me the wrong one.
okay, moving on to, item D. Discussion of resolution 2026-22, accepting the bid and awarding the contract for the 2026 Fall Seal project to Sierra Santa Fe Corporation in the amount of $80,477.70.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've been sitting patiently all this time.
Yeah, I'm Mayor High Council, so yeah, I'm Tim DeVries.
Tim, sorry, Tim.
Yeah, no worries. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, the city got 4 bids for the project, we opened bids on April 22. And Sierra Santa Fe was low at $80,477.70, 3 other bidders were just a little over the engineer's estimate, so. Yeah, got a good low bid. They're the ones who did the auto seal last year, a couple years ago. So they're familiar working in the city. Yeah, recommend that the city award the project to them. It's been processed through TIB, so TIB is awarding the project as well.
And that's for the street saver is best part, right?
Mhm.
Can I, well, that's.
Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, I bet you are. It's the same ones who did it the first time you said?
Same, yeah, same contract. We did the Alex Hill.
The only problem I have is the same thing, the resolution numbers 2026-21, and in front of our page is 2026-22.
Which one is it?
It should be 22, because the other one 21, that's what, what says.
It should be.
But when you look in the packet in here,
Oh, the packet, okay.
this is the one that we're gonna have to sign. So we have.
We-
I'm not gonna sign that though, obviously, because we're not gonna. We're gonna correct that before I sign it, I guess. Yeah.
We will have them,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many roads is that involved? I forgot.
It's a good portion of the city, maybe almost half the streets, so. Yeah.
Right.
No question?
Thank you, all that time for that.
Okay, moving on to item E, discussion, and council direction regarding attendance at the AWC annual meeting, including review of travel and related costs.
This one is on the Tri-City.
No, in Spokane.
Oh.
I think whoever wants to go, is it carpool?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know that.
Sophie, did you want to talk on that, the pricing and stuff? Or the.
So the conference registration fee, there were 2 scholarships available, one for small city and one for first time attendee. So that is covered for 2 individuals. We did the mileage reimbursement, and this is only to the conference center, the convention center in Spokane from City Hall round trip. This does not include trips back and forth to the hotel for the 4 days that they'll be there. The hotel accommodations, we went on to cheap tickets. We looked for a hotel that offered breakfast service so that we could eliminate the meal cost for breakfast. Assuming that they still have rooms available, this was the estimate that we came up with for one individual for a hotel not too far from the convention center. And then we went through the agenda for the conference. And so if the hotel is covering breakfast, the conference is covering lunch. It is basically just dinner. There were a couple of lunches, I think, in there for the first day and the final day that are not covered. So that was the average cost for per diem rate for Spokane. And so that's what it would come out to for meals. Because Mayor is a first-time attendee, her scholarship, if she gets it, will cover reimbursement for mileage, the conference registration, and the hotel. And so the out-of-pocket will only be for the additional meals that she has. I'm sorry?
Don't want that done.
Yes. And then for
the small city scholarship, that only covers the cost of the conference registration. So then if, the council member goes on their own, it's the additional mileage reimbursement, the hotel and the meals. So that total for, with the small city scholarship comes out to just under $800 for one council member to go under that scholarship. I believe there were a couple of, council members who expressed interest. And so the full cost, taking into account mileage reimbursement, as well, it comes out to just under 1,400 per individual. And that's still assuming that when we book a room, that we're able to get it for that same price.
Do they have any rooms where the conference is gonna be?
It's a convention center, so there's no rooms there.
Yeah.
At the
But
conference,
anyway,
they're thinking of gonna be.
Anyway, I think
different
what
things.
has to go.
Yeah, different
The mayor.
breakfast, lunch. And there was one day they gave us dinner, right? Or was it 2 days?
I think it's two.
And the third one, we had to buy.
So then it would be. a
So
little bit
we
less.
went through the agenda and each day it stated dinner was on your own. They had light appetizers for like their mingle time after the conference itself each day, but dinner was on your own. So that's why we came up with the number that we did.
The mayor and one council member wants to go, I think they need to carpool to save on that mileage. When we went to the conference, we always rode together.
Anywhere I work, we always
Yeah.
get together.
And there, Ruben, do you have an interest in going?
Well, it'll be his first time too.
So you would be a good
I
one to
think
go.
he would, yeah.
I do too, that's why I'm asking, I'm busy. Is it going?
They had a block of rooms at one of the motels. Are those already all taken up?
We didn't look into those and chances are they're probably gonna be more expensive than the ones we found. We were actually fortunate enough to find some that were under $100 and the rooms generally that they book are a lot more. Yeah. In years past, I've seen where they will give you the link to the hotel and they'll tell you which hotel they've got rooms booked for, but this time they did not.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Sophie,
There was a link.
when me and the other council member went to Vancouver, we never ate at the hotel. Never, and they gave us breakfast there. We were at the conference, breakfast was over there. And it's not a like,
It's a continental, nothing.
Yeah. but you could go up there as many times as you want to go get it, so, you know, if you got this time, you're gonna go get something else.
But if the hotel offers it, it's there if you want it.
But we, that kind of.
In the meeting
Yeah.
and stuff, so we were already gone. Didn't have time.
And the other thing is, we had to go pay for parking, because our hotel was like, what,
Oh, Conway's.
3, 4 blocks, 5 blocks away. It's nice if there was something where you could walk, because to pay for parking is another amount.
The convention center charge for parking.
The only time I was there was when my son had a wrestling tournament and yes, they did charge for that.
Well, maybe
So,
it's different,
And that's not even on here either.
but you might be
So
able to
every
park there
something
because of the
you can find
conference, they
something a little
might
more closer.
decide
Yeah.
to ticket.
Walking
I,
distance.
when we went to the WCIA meeting in October last year, that was at the airport. They validated parking,
Yeah,
so
that's
we
right.
did not have to, we were charged and it was pricey. I saw the receipt. But WCIA covered that cost.
They might, if it's- just depends, but yeah, Mary.
So right now, you just wanna kind of decide who's gonna go, because this is what's gonna cost the city.
Yes,
In my eyes, I think the mayor and Ruben should go.
if Ruben wants to, you
When did you look into this?
Just last week, I think.
Just last week, the end of last week.
Do you know that I brought this stuff to your guys' attention almost 2 months ago? Why didn't we look into it then? Maybe the rooms would have been cheaper then, or maybe we could have gotten the room closer. Why do we drag our feet on things like this? When the information is there, why not look into it right away? Instead of 2 months later?
know. Not like our last portrait, we didn't have rooms, remember?
The one that you guys
Basically,
did, we'll call it, estimate on, they're not far from the convention center. Is it
No.
walking distance? So it is, like the one across the street there.
Because I know for a fact that the motels that AWC gets, they get them in blocks. And they get a discount because they buy it in blocks.
That's if they have the conference
So-
at that hotel.
No,
No?
I don't think so. Because like with Danny in basketball, which is off the subject, but
Mhm.
he could get rooms for other teams that are coming in.
Yeah.
Different rate.
Yeah. But that's not here nor there, but it would have been nice if it would have been looked into when it was first brought up. Maybe we could have gotten a better deal.
I don't think that you would have found a room for less than $100 that they would have blocked for you
So this is for how many nights?
for 4 nights.
That's it.
So I guess we're just waiting to see who wants to go. Anybody?
I don't.
I have a lot. Sugar.
But I do want to insist, whoever's going, they need a carpool.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of paying $265 for each person to drive themselves. If we only have one person going, we only have one person going.
We paid mileage for 2 different vehicles,
Well, we don't.
For the officer, you know,
But we caught that, so now
Yeah.
we can change it. Oh.
So you need to know today,
When do you need to?
I'm not,
Probably a good, I think they have that.
just because they got.
I believe it's May 29th or that we'd have to,
But
yeah, well, just even for the registration, that's early registration here still. After the 29th, and it,
The cost goes up after
yeah.
after that date.
I think we should decide, well, decide now, today, so you guys can book the hotel. I can try to find something close to walking distance. That'll save on the second person at a carpool. It'll save $250 from that $790 that we have to pay.
Okay. I need school.
Wait.
Hold on, okay. Next on the agenda is visitors' comments. Do you have anybody online? No?
No.
Okay. And we have, if there are no further business, I will adjourn this meeting at 8:18 p.m.
I'm gonna move this.